Alright guys, Mars here, they call me Sharon, Power Rangers here. What is going here? Today I'm gonna do another fear of the Fantastic Four of this upcoming movie that expressed me and that I'm really not gonna see anymore because of some reasons, and I will explain to you why in this video. So if you guys are a fan a biggest fan who grew up watching on Fantastic Four, even though I did see a little bit movie of that from the cartoon series, and probably a few old movies from 2005 or 7 or that as a kid. Let me know what your opinions about it. So let's get started, and I will explain you there why. So yeah, so let's get to this video just right away. If you guys new and wanted, please subscribe to my channel, and also put this in makes sense a like just to listen. So let's get started into this now video. So I wanted to break it down that why did I didn't want to see this upcoming movie because of. And you know why? Because I really said it this way because yesterday and today a while ago, but yesterday I seen Season 3 because of why, and I was very sucked and very mad at it because I bet a lot of people, a lot of fans is really pissed off about what is going on behind the scenes because of because of Marbles, and I blame Marbles, whoever these people's in charge, to make some big changes. And they actually make mistakes, all because of the actors with this political stuff, and it shouldn't be over in this. First of all, because again, I've been saying this yesterday, we especially want this movies to be great, with great storylines, great essence, great older character development, and whatever we want to say there about it. And we wanted this movie to be really focused on this movie with this entertainment stuff. And especially, you're supposed to use it in the comic books instead of you change some movie stuff with this political stuff. You shouldn't be putting on that. That's why a lot of fans is not gonna watch it anymore, and they're really pissed off because of the Marvels. And these people in Marvel's actually making a big mistake. So like, this is ridiculous right now. So that's the reason why that I'm not gonna watch that movie, the incoming new movie coming up, because of some big dumb changes that Marvel's make mistakes on. That's really literally fears me right now. So I wanted to break it down that they should have used, instead of them did their own thing and to put this political still. So, and I wanted to explain to you why they should have done that. So I'm gonna break that down for you in just right now. So I wanted to break it down about these each characters. I'm gonna start this for this one. If you guys, Marbles, which should owner know about this, is all been created before this, way before this. It's all created by Stan Lee, who's in charge, and the one works with him at all times is Jack Kirby. So they all created these things with Spider-Man, the Hulk, Captain America, any of these franchises, especially Iron Man and Iron Man. Like, those are the friends, including Fantastic Four too. So that one's there, they created in the fall times, especially that cartoon. So easy guys know that I've been watching that this old cartoon one, even though it's not perfect, but even though it's iconic of all times, that the fans who go out watching on saying that I'm really enjoying the instant listen. So yeah. So get back to the topic of this one. For this first character I want to go over on that Marvel is making a big mistake on is because Lee, who's also called, who is actually a leader of the Fantastic Four of Mr. Fantastic. who's actually had switch powers, also personality, is actually married to Susie. And he had switch powers. That's the way they made it in the comic books that they should have used. And the second person, and the second team of that I wanted to go over is Susie Storm. The character who's also alive in news or along with them. But anyways, she had a invincible powers. Her powers is invincible. That's the way Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, they create the characters. And then the third character is Johnny Storm. Is Johnny, who's also who had fire powers, also called Human Torch, who's also a ladies' man. If you guys don't even know that, that's the way they make these comments that they should have used it. That's the only people fans is trying to say for the one exam for that one, but they. And I gotta agree with one person about that. That's the only thing I wanted to explain to you of each character. And then Ding, who's also a pretty strong guy who also goes on it and punches with his strength powers too. So the guy is supposed to be a leader. Mr. Fantastic is supposed to be a leader on this movie, but again, I said this yesterday, and I know a lot of you guys knows the reason why. Because this one channel, because of this political, because you want to change some stuff. Change the stuff instead of you keeping to the same and way to use it. So that's the reason why I'm very not happy about this whole situation about this. Now, if you guys didn't notice that, Silver, they change this to a male and to female, and that's really pissed a lot of fans off because that doesn't even exist in the 60s, because it wasn't even around at that time, because in the 60s it's always been a male. Like the villain, when they're trying to fight again, it's called Silver Surfer. The villain who has actually had metal liquid powers, who was actually made in metal. Of iconic character villain of all times, and they started to change into this and all because of Marvel bad positions about it. Silver, if you guys don't know what Silver is, he is also an iconic villain of all times. They've been creating him ever since 1966. It has been here ever since then, all the way down to. And now they want to change this character into this movie now and make this into this movie, and fans is not is not happening, and never, all because Marvels and whoever people in charge should be ashamed of stuff, because they're not doing what they're supposed to do like they should do, because that's what Stanways don't want them to do, is never change the stuff. Because again, if the guy was here right now, if he see these people who did this character, he is not going to be happy. And showed off Jack Cooper. Oh, Cooper, sorry. Kirby. Jack Kirby. Those two guys was here right now. If he see this right now, boy, these two guys are going to be mad at these companies, whoever in charge in it now, because that is an iconic franchise that fans want to see a good quality movie, that these movies should be good instead of you being pushing the fans to be positive. Instead of you make this movie an iconic, the nuance, the good acting, the good character development, the good quality, everything. We wanted to see, we literally, especially wanted to see this movie 2 months ago. And now, weeks later, when 2 months later, when we see this on this information about what is going on behind the scenes, when it's going to be behind the scenes because of how they did this movie dirty, and they did it the wrong way. Instead of you looking on this old comics books and use them, instead of you forcing people to listen to this one and get these women who they want, instead of you get the fans what they want, like the the fans you need to worry about. Like, make this entertaining good. Like, you supposed to make this movie great. Like, still, they don't want to make this movie great. Like, every single day. Like, when we very excited about this movie, they're supposed to make this movie a iconic of all times. And sorry about that anyways, but all I'm trying to say is about this. They should at least go sold a lot of weak shirts about this comic book. Look at that and see how this is gonna go into the film. And hire some actors that really cares about the franchise who grew up watching on, and make this character of iconic of this movie so the fans can actually so we can all excited can be seen it at all times, but they don't want to because Hollywood. Every single day that we very excited about it, we especially to see this movie, and we wanted to see this movie, but still, when it comes to the bad decisions with Marvel's ideas of this one, that's why I decided not to see this movie, because this is making the fans really piss off about all this time. And I don't understand with actors, some of these actors that Marvel's wanting okay with this, some of these women actors. They think that the man's is so toxic with this foreign. Even though we don't like parenticals and stuff like that. We don't like when these movies keep parentical. I get sick of this. And still, because of how do you gonna make this iconic movie, an iconic franchise that people that you should have used this new the new upcoming movie that is fans actually, especially for you fans, like get these fans where you want to care about the fans. Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, they always care about the fans versus the one who is actually in charge today. Like, Stan Lee is always cares about the fans away, especially when he make his Spider-Man movie or Phantom ones. That's why the one person who actually cares is Stan Lee. Even though I heard a lot of good stuff, really seen it all a lot, but he actually get these fans what they actually want. So that's why I wanted to explain to you and breaking down why I didn't want to explain to you why. That's why I explained to you guys why I didn't want to see this movie, because of this. That I had to break down to explain to you guys what the Marvel's big mistakes is to this upcoming movie, because again, the fans not gonna be looking at if you making this movie worse with this vertical and make this movie worse. Again, I love Fantastic Four. It's just the fact the movie that you should have done that different and just look at on the comic book and focus on the entertaining stuff, the character, the accent, of everything. That's all I care about is these characters, the accent, the comic books, that they shouldn't use it instead of you changing a lot of stuff for these fans and care about the fans. It's gonna make the fans really pissed off, and that they're not gonna watch the movies a lot. Well, like, Stan Lee always cares about the fans. If he was here to see this mess right now, I'm gonna say this the third time, because Stan Lee is not gonna be happy with these people who's in charge now, because that's really not fair. What these people, they did it the long way, and when I mean they did it the long way, they made this movie very worse that these fans not gonna actually lost it, because some big changes that some is constant. And the only issue is the problem that I having with nowadays when people, and I had to agree with few people, and I totally understand they had a right to criticize about this movie that it shouldn't be because of some big changes around here. So Yeah, so that's why I wanted to make this video to break down that Marvel's mistakes of this oncoming movie of Fantastic Four and what this should have been. That's the reason why they lost a lot of fans, and they're gonna lose a lot of money all because of these actors want to make some dumb changes right now. And because you should have used it instead of keeping it and using it in the comic books, because some of them doesn't even sense. Like, you should have used it, and this character would have been the same like in this movie, this previous movies from 2005 and the comic books. That's how they should be, because the way they are in the comic books. So the Marvel comic books from back in the day, like they should be, even though how it is with Marvel's in it. That again, that's really just support base. That's how it is when it comes to that. End of the day, even though I still will watch the classic Marvels again, the classic Fantastic Four, even though I will start do reviews on that. If you want me to do a review on that, let me know in the comments, and I'll still look in the movie and see how it goes. So if you guys love my video, I know how you feel about this, because again, I just had to get all the stuff out of my system and just get this done. Want to make this video and break it down to you guys to explain it. So the big mistakes is of Marvel. They did some crazy and big mistakes of this Fantastic Four oncoming movie, because they should have done this very way, but again, they don't. So that's why I want to make this video and break it down to you guys and explain to you why I don't want to see more oncoming movie for this one, because of a big mistake that Marvel's actually did. All because of the actors want to change some stuff. So yeah, so let me know how you guys feel about it, because there's a lot, and not only me, there's a lot of people actually theories about this movie and has some issues about this, what is going on behind the scenes, because of some of these actors is not even happy keeping his own, because the one character is supposed to be a leader, but they literally changed it and been changing a lot, because it's really not fair that they've done it. So yeah, so let me know in the comments what you guys think and how do you feel about this, because again, I just had to get it out of my system and just tell you guys a minute, because that's how they should have been if Mark Rose would have been listen to the fans like us, and they wouldn't make this movie and hire somebody else that actually cares about it. So yeah, that's how he even knows about it. So okay, so I'm gonna end this video. Let me know what you guys feel and think about this event, because even though we're not too happy about it, what is going on behind the scenes or what is coming in before that, because of how everybody been wanting to talking about it, and I had to agree some of them, and some of them I had to disagree, because they should have done it in the comic books, and I know some of them had to be. So yeah, so let me know how you guys feel about it. Make sure you just check on subscribe to my channel. Make sure you over there go look on my Money Heroes podcast for season 4. Even though we did 4 season 4s, if you want me to do reviews of Fantastic Four, let me know in the comments. Even though if you guys are our biggest fan of Fantastic Fours or Marvels, let me know in the comments. Even though I'm very excited about this, but still, I'm not going to look on this movie because of the consequence. But I will look on the classic ones a lot. So, I will look on the classic Fantastic Four again. So, yeah. Let me know in the comments below, and catch you guys later on. And also, be strong, believe yourself, prepare for battle, and see you guys next time.